Hey, what's up, party people? Jazz Borgonzo here, another episode of What's Next. With the situation going on in Ukraine and ongoing, in my last video, of course, update in regards to one President Zelensky, who is supposedly still there and holding his ground. You have a number of celebrities who have decided to chime in and give their 2 cents in regards to what's going on in Ukraine, but a lot of the celebrity knowledge that is coming out there is nonsense and buffoonery.
From around the world. If you're thinking of posting any kind of poetry, sonnet, Shakespeare text, or Wind Beneath My Wings sung in different keys and then mashed together in some hideous montage in order to help the people of Ukraine, please don't. It doesn't serve anyone, it just makes you look like a dick. What you could do are 2 things. Either shut the fuck up and don't do anything, or you could donate some money to the Ukraine people and make sure that they're getting enough supplies and food and being looked after. They're the 2 things you should do. The poetry, sonnets and Shakespeare is something you should steer very clear of. So, to recap, no poetry, no sonnets, no singing ridiculous songs. Just be quiet and shut the fuck up. Thank you.
Yeah. The flat out ignorance of people, especially from Hollywood, sadly, that's never going to end. But you have those who work in Hollywood who actually think with common sense, who actually do critical thinking, and who actually know their history. Let's take a look at one. This comes out of Bounding in the Comics. Gina Carano calls transition from COVID to war, a scripted reality show sacrificing innocent lives for unquenchable greed. Terror on the Prairie and Mandalorian actress Gina Carano put out a bold statement describing the transition from COVID to war as a scripted reality show. Carano shared her thoughts on Twitter, first stating the moment they lost control of the Koof narrative, cue the war straight from one crisis to the next. Yes, never let a crisis go to waste. A scripted reality show sacrificing innocent lives for unquenchable greed, she added. Carano then stated endless power grabs, no accountability, devastated economies. Finally, she concluded with, never give up freedom for fear. Accompanying this, Carano shared an image that reads, the government has caused suicides, bankruptcies, overdoses, domestic abuse, delayed thousands of lives, life-saving surgeries, psychologically damaged generations of kids, and stole 2 years of freedom from everyone. Dropping the mandates isn't enough. In a follow-up tweet, Carano shared a clip of video interview with former Telegraph cartoonist Bob Moran.
If you lock people in their homes, if you shut down frontline healthcare, if you introduce a situation where mental health goes through the roof, where you drive people to suicide, where you destroy their businesses, where you put them into extreme poverty, you make them homeless, you implement measures as a government, you take that direct action that does those things, it will kill people. It has killed people. It will go on killing people for the next 10, 20 years. Now, the government itself commissioned a report into the effects of the first lockdown, which said around 200,000 people could die over the following 10 years as a result of that first lockdown. It was on the front pages of the newspapers. It was on the front page of the Telegraph. That was later revised up to 500,000 people. And the way it was reported was to say, there's a chance that lockdown could kill more people than the virus. That was such an irresponsible way to report it. What they should have said was, our government is prepared to murder 200,000 people to control the spread of a respiratory virus. If they had reported it like that, if that had been the headline on BBC News, people would have woken up to what was going on. They would have said, this is wrong. But there's this idea that it's to do with a balance of numbers. Oh, well, as long as the virus kills more people, that's okay. It's not about numbers. This doesn't come down to numbers. Ethically speaking, what lockdown means is that your government is prepared to kill this group of people over here, and it knows that they will die. Okay, you can't, these claims that, oh no, they couldn't possibly have known, it's collateral damage, oh, it was an accident. No, they knew, because they told us. We're going to murder these people over here because we think, we don't even know, it's a hunch, that this other group over here won't get a respiratory virus.
Carano has vociferously spoken out against COVID lockdowns as well as vaccine mandates. Back in November, Carano responded to President Joe DiMaggio, ordering required businesses to have their employees vaccinated or go through weekly testing, an order that was eventually struck down by the Supreme Court. Carano responded, tweeting an image that read, "Your body does not belong to your employer, your school, nor your government." As you can see right there. She then shared a photo of herself on a set of Terror on the Prairie with the words "Do not comply" written across her arms. Accompanying the photo, she wrote, "2 weeks to flatten the curve, hashtag do not comply." Carano has also previously warned about surrendering freedoms following a speech Joe DiMaggio gave announcing his plans to have businesses with over 100 employees vaccinated or go through weekly testing. She shared an image that read, "The freedoms you surrender today are the freedoms your grandchildren will never know existed." My thoughts. Once again, common sense is prevailing. You have someone like Gina Carano, who is no dummy. She has read up on her history. She does critical think. And she gives a differing opinion based off of facts regarding the situation and based off history. But of course, she's misinformed. Of course, she is a know-nothing. And, she's just, she's just one of those, people that you stick in the same category with Joe Rogan, another one who doesn't know anything, even though Joe Rogan brings on people of science, not science, but actual science in McCullough and Malone, but yet he's being called to get canceled, as Carano is still being called to get canceled even after Disney fired her, what, year and a half now? Yeah. Seems not too long ago. But once again, Gina is completely correct, is that what happened to the coup? The situation in Ukraine, once that erupted, COVID went on the back burner. COVID took a back seat. You have governors in Democratic states who are telling Joe DiMaggio, yeah, we need to move on. Not because of science, not because of the facts actually coming out regarding Lord Farquhar, but because it's politically expedient. Because they know their ass is going to get handed to them come November with potentially as little as 30-seat flip up to over 60-plus seats flip, including Senate seats that will flip. And then Joe DiMaggio is pretty much going to be worthless for the next 2 years. And then the fun truly begins. But with Gina, she's absolutely correct. And more power to her as she continues to speak common sense and spit out facts. And with that being said, I'm Jasper Gonzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more just like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share it, subscribe to it. And we'll catch you guys next time. Peace.